Hello everyone, this is Jaideep, founder of GTCUBE. I'm alumni of Bets Pilani and I am Kozhikode. I've started this platform along with a group of passionate people to help students learn with help of technology better. So this video is made for you to understand what's unique about our platform and why you should try us. First, I'll talk about this. So we have built this platform based on a simple concept called mastery of concept. So I'll explain that with a simple example. And then you can actually understand what we did to build this application on top of this philosophy. So first, let's take example of two students, student X and Y, and then let's talk about them having an intention of learning calculus. Are their learning path towards learning a topic like calculus? I know most of us are scared of a topic like calculus. That's why we've just taken an example like that. So calculus is fundamentally relevant to the algebra. You need to understand the basics of algebra well to build a topic like a calculus on top of it. So let's take that we are in grade 6. Let's say student X and Y are in grade 6. They are learning the concept called variables, right? That's a basic thing called X and Y. Now let's take an example of X, who is an ideal student who has put efforts well. He got good ambience atmosphere to get a good teacher and everything, and he has learned every concept in the variables topic. Whereas a student Y, who did not have these facilities for whatever the reason be, and let's say he scored or he understood only 60% of the concept, right? So that's why we are giving the 40% gap. He got the rest 60%, that's filled with the green. So he has a gap of 40% of the topic, and now both of them are classified enough to go to the next grade. So let's say they learn next topic, that's polynomials. Again, student X got everything in the polynomials. Imagine a student Y who did not have a complete understanding of variable X and Y properly is now trying to learn something new on top of it. Now obviously he is bound to understand a little bit lesser, and obviously that's why we're seeing again a lot of gap happening with him in terms of learning polynomials. Now the next topic would be learning something like equations. If you observe carefully, we've also built that blocks bigger, because as and when you learn advanced concepts, they'll be becoming more complicated and more advanced obviously. So that's why we have shown that with a slightly bigger size for each block. Again, equations, a lot of gaps for the student Y. Student X, perfect student, is getting everything well, so no gaps with it. And let's say he's learning something functions, that's an advanced concept again. And because student Y is having a lot of gaps right from the start, the variables level, he will not be able to grab most of the concepts that are being taught on top of each of these, like polynomials, equations and functions. Now let's come to the final block, that's the calculus block. See the student X, he has built everything well, the base is very good, so now he can withstand the advanced topic of big block like calculus without having to worry about anything. Imagine a student like student Y who had a lot of gaps till now, and now on top of his understanding or learning levels, now we are putting a huge block like calculus, and it is bound to collapse, right? Imagine this, now we are showing with this. See that it is narrowed down, and how can you expect a block like calculus, which is so big and wide, to be standing on top of a weak base like it? That's where most of us collapse. Maybe some of us collapse function, some of us collapse at calculus, maybe Laplace, Fourier series or something more, whatever it be, any level. Whenever we get to advanced topics, is the reason why students sort of give up or have a gap and then start worrying about it. The problem is not with the advanced, it's not like a very advanced topic that not everyone can understand or anything as such. I agree that everyone cannot become a Messi, Ronaldo, or like Sachin Tendulkar in the field of their interest, but I can very much say that every one of us, if we put a right amount of effort, the right guidance, can at least get the basics cleared. Right, that's what I think we can definitely do with some effort. So this is the concept or the philosophy called mastery of concept, where we say that we should actually learn right from the basics when we are trying to master something, and go only to the next topic when you have mastered this topic 1, then go to the next second topic, then go to the third topic. Just make sure that you know what you need to know as a prerequisite, and then only move ahead, which is what most of us do not do. Most of the learning systems that we are part of do not completely imbibe. So as we were talking about this philosophy of mastery of concept, right? Let's take a simple example course to show what we are talking about. So let's say this is a course on quantitative aptitude. This is the entire curriculum to just see it. So let's look at a very basic thing, as we said, right? We start from the very basics to make sure that we are covering everything that is required to know the advanced topics. So Mathematics 101 is that basic course which will talk about basic computations, right? Then you need to know addition, subtraction, then exponents, roots, then basic fractions, how to add, subtract them, and then the decimals, and then the algebraic operations like adding the equations and all, and solving basic linear equations. These are the very basic things that will be used in arithmetic, algebra, geometry. So we thought a student should know how to solve them, right? Let's take another example topic, like for example profit and loss, right? So profit and loss is split into three here. So the first thing you'll see is the basics thing, that is identification. If I see a question, would I be able to read and identify whether it's a cost price, a selling price, a profit percentage, the loss that's being given? And then you should be able to solve when they give a few things and they ask you to find out other things, right? Cost price, selling price and profit, and then mark price, discount. We're going step by step. Then let's say once you've done that, then we're talking about successive discounts, the markup percentage. Once you are clear with all these basics, right, that's when we get to the advanced level, right? Some typical questions that are being tested in various exams, so that you can solve these harder questions as well. If you directly jump into the harder questions, right, if you are not clear with the basics, then you will not understand this well. That's where the gaps will keep piling up and you would feel that I am not understanding the concept. That's why we have built this from the basics to ensure that if a student has to reach an end goal of being able to solve profit and loss up to a certain level of problems, we are teaching right from the very basic level to make sure that he or she will get to that advanced level and be comfortable with this concept. We have built the topics right from the basics, like the additions, basic computation, fractions and all. For example, the example that we have shown, the question that we will have, we obviously had as well, is that wouldn't it be waste of time for everyone? There will be student who knows a lot of these things. Maybe he or she will need only certain elements that needs to be filled. There will be some students who know half of the things, and there will be students who do not know most of the things. Fair enough. The student who is very slow or who is not very well versed with the topic might have a lot of advantage with it. But what about the others who already know a good chunk of it? That's where we have built this concept also, personalized learning, where you carve your own learning path. Let's take an example. Let's talk about a topic like profit and loss, a simple example, right? We have split that big topic into small chunks right from the very basics. That is, when you read a question or something, you should be able to identify what is a cost price, selling price, profit, etc., to a very advanced level of questions that are being tested in various exams. So a student text, for example, knows 90% of the topics, right? He already knew that with the past experience that you've had. So now he would not, find a lot of value in looking at all the basic things again. So our system is built in such a way that we keep assessing your learning levels for each topic, and we skip the things which you already know. So you do not waste your time on things which you already know. You'll only learn the things which you don't know. For example, student X knows 90%, has a gap with 10%. Our system will realize that he only needs to know these two things, and they will teach only those two things. So maybe student X will complete a profit and loss topic with half an hour of his effort because he already knows most of the things. Let's look at student Y, which is what most of the students are, with them 40, 50, 60% of understanding and the remaining things in gaps, right? Again, the system will understand, okay, this student does not know these things. So let's only teach them what he already knows, we'll skip them. So again, the student Y might complete the topic in 2 hours, but he is completing it with a good understanding with no gaps. And let's take an example like student Z, who does not have any clue about the topic. He's starting right from the very basic level. We are also starting right from the very basic level. We are slowly building him to go to the advanced level. Maybe he will take 4 hours or 5 hours, but at the end of the day, with that effort that a student is putting, he or she will reach a level that will help him or her to be with complete understanding with no gaps in that topic. So all the 3 students would reach the same end goal, complete the topic with comprehensive understanding. The amount of time they spend would vary depending on their learning ability and their past levels, right? So that's why we are saying that you carve your own learning path, you optimize your preparation time and put it where you are not good at and invest less time. Unlike the normal traditional methods where everyone sit in the same thing, watching the same content, or maybe sitting in the same class, learning the same things, irrespective of what you know and what you don't know. That's where we really believe that we can actually, make a very good experience for you in terms of learning and optimize your time as well and investment as well. Then, as we were talking about the personalized learning, right, let's again look at the same example, profit and loss. So as I said, right, so let's say I take this course. This is just testing whether you know it or not. Once you know this topic, let's say I'm just attempting it quicker. So what is the cost price of cycle for frame? I'm just attempting this frame, it's 2000, right? And then the selling price for hour, 15,000. And then what is the selling price for pan? You don't know that, right? let's say I got everything right? 15 hours for 220 rupees and 1 hour was roll per profit, that's 420, and then 20 200, and then sold 20, so that's like what, 600. So let's say I've done this, the quiz says you've completed everything correct, so all good. Now I click on the continue. If you see this, it will directly go to the next concept, that's on the cost price, selling price and profit, checking your ability of this topic again, right? So we are checking it at an individual level. If you're not aware of the concept, you could have gone ahead, the platform would recommend you to watch the video so that you know, learn this concept and then again take a quiz to prove that you've understood the concept. Right, that's how we are testing. So those of you who are already aware of this concept will just glide through the things by taking some sample quizzes. Who are not comfortable would definitely need to put effort to learn. So that's where basically it helps you understand what you don't know and teach only that, and will skip what you already know. So that saves you a lot of time. Then the other problem that we see with the online learning is students having an issue with the discipline, not just the online, but I would say in any learning, right? We want students to learn, put efforts to learn things. We cannot teach, we can guide, we can do whatever we can, but at the end of the day, student needs to still put a lot of effort to reach the end goal, right? That's where I think a lot of students sort of falter here and there. We felt like we should give them a bit more support. It's not that we build the content, we are trying to teach you better, guide you better, yes, but we should give you support. Must just not the classroom learning or online learning, right? That's why we have built things like this. So we will have dedicated WhatsApp or Facebook group depending on the students and the mode of convenience for each course batch, so that the students would get all their doubts cleared at a regular intervals. We also believe that this helps the co-participants, other students, to also pitch in, you know, clarify things, learn. The best form of learning is always learning from your co-learners, right? That's the best way to learn. Engage the students. Second, we'll also have a regular live doubt clearing sessions at regular intervals so that you can get your doubts cleared if you have any doubts. Then we also will have a personal mentorship where our mentors would call you regularly, like once in a week or 2 weeks, and then help you out with your problems, not just with the concepts, but also overall exam strategy and what you should do, what should be your goal, what should be your preparation plan, etc. going forward, etc. And we also have a team which would also monitor your learning, right? What you have done till now, what is the reason why you have not touched the platform, or for some reason, some days they'll keep monitoring and, you know, reaching out to you to understand if you're facing any problems and try to help you as much as possible. So basically we will be at back of you, supporting you, also pushing you to learn, you know, do more and more and more, right? But the thing that you have to realize is not all the features are available for all the courses. You just have to read carefully the course description to understand what are the features that we're giving. But these are all there as part of the courses, so you can get a very good support from us to ensure that your learning is complete, and also we help you to get a little bit more discipline to your learning so that you reach your end goal, right? And then we do have best-in-class instructors. Our content team is made of alumni of IIM, BITS, NITs, right, who have taken exams like CAT, GRE, GMAT and cracked with a good scores like 99.8 percentile, 760 in GMAT, 330s in GREs and stuff like that. So our team has done the things which are considered to be very good scores in these respective exams. We also have experience of training students, right? Thousands of students in online, offline, through various modes and all over the years. So we have actually added all our experiences together and have built the content and the curriculum in a comprehensive manner to help students of all levels, that's like very basic to the advanced level, and help them reach their goals. Right? And most important thing we believe is that we are always willing to learn and grow with the students. Yes, we also make mistakes. We also might have thought something, it might not be the best way to teach. We are continuously interested to do research, figure out better ways to deliver the content, and also help students. Maybe something is missing in content you want us to add, we always are ready to do that. We are ready to hear out the students and then keep adding things and make it better for the students. Finally, we also have advanced test engine. So we can we have built a very good analytics tool that would help you to assess your performance, to identify weak areas, strong areas, right? And also compare against the toppers so that you know how you're performing in terms of time, accuracy, the topics that you're attempting, difficulty of the questions and all. Basically, all of these things help you to assess your exam strategy and find out areas of improvement and keep working towards them. Right? And also we have built an engine where you can get a lot of questions to practice. So it's basically like practicing till you are tired. As we were talking about the advanced test engine, right? This is just a sample analysis page for one of the mock tests. So if you take a mock test, the analysis would be in such a depth that you will see overall analysis, question wise, topic wise, difficulty wise and time wise. And there's a lot you can learn from these analysis when you take mock tests. Full length mock test is when you have to use this analysis technically. So it will be like each section, what's your number of attempts, what's the ratio, what's your accuracy, what's your score, percentile, basically comparison against the rest of the candidates that have appeared for this mock test. So it will also give you the graph of percentile. So if your score is 19, you are the 100 percentile, that's the topper, or anything else, what's your score and what's your rank against others. Then you will also see question wise analysis, like, okay, this is the first question, topic is so and so, you have spent so much of time. It's comparison against all the students, what is the average time spent by all the students who took the mock, what percentage of them got it correct, and what is the against the toppers. So you have to compare against yourself against toppers to understand what is the time they are taking. Okay, they're solving it much faster. So that sort of gives you a hint, okay, I should also take that as a benchmark or maybe something like that. Right, and then it will also talk about the difficulty or your weak areas, right? So there is a graph that understands, right? Okay, strong areas and weak areas and stuff like that. So this is my strong area, this is my relatively on the weaker side, and etc. And then it also talks about the topic wise, again, your strength and weaknesses, right? Your strength, is it strong or weak? You'll see the words like that. Okay, your average here, depending on what you got right and what you got wrong. And then you also can assess yourself about how many easy questions did you attempt, right? There were 23 easy questions. You should actually attempt most of easy, right? It gives you a sense on that. Again, time wise, what is the time you have spent on difficulty wise? Again, you can drill down into section wise, topic wise. There's no limit to which you can analyze and get a very good understanding of your performance against the time, against the difficulty of the questions, against the topics, to identify your weak areas and what you should do to improve your performance. So we strongly believe that if it's being used well, the analytics that we have built would give you a very good understanding of what's your position in this particular exam that you're looking at. You still have doubts? No issues. Try us for free. So there is a free trial course given at the end of the page, or you can also check in our store. So you can always register. 5 to 10% of the content is put up for free for the respective course that you're looking at, and that's free forever. So basically that's for us to show what we can deliver. Right? We have talked a lot. So the best way for you to experience it and have a confidence in the system that we have built is by trying that out. So just to register and try the course for free, and then you can decide what's best for you. Right? Thank you for watching, and let's hope to see you in the courses soon.